so if you will welcome, this is Amanda, she's going to do the talking today, and this is Nick.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing good this morning? Yeah. Everybody good? Yeah. All right. So I'm Nick. I'm Amanda. This is Nick, and we're gonna do a little exercise. How many of you in this building know what cystic fibrosis is? If you know what it is, raise your hand. That's pretty awesome. A good bit of you guys know what it is. That is really great. So we're gonna do exercise that shows you what it feels like for Nick to breathe on an everyday basis. And we're actually cheating because we're actually supposed to use a little coffee straw. So we're kind of giving y'all some breathing room. So what I'm going to have everyone do is you're going to hold your nose and you're going to put the straw in your mouth and you're going to try to breathe through that. Pretty hard, isn't it? To just breathe with it hard. It's pretty hard. So this is what it feels like. You guys are young, so you probably can do it a little bit better than we could. So this is what it feels like on an everyday basis for Nick to be able to breathe. He's at 14% lung function right now. You guys can stop. I don't want anybody passing out. So he's at 14% lung function, which most of you are at around 98 to 99%. So if you can imagine, it feels like you're drowning in your own self, I guess. It feels like you're underwater, right, Nick? Pretty much. So, all right. So we're going to talk about CF. CF is a disease that you inherit from your parents, so it's genetic. So both of your parents have to be genetic carriers of this disease. And they could have a child who does have it, or they can have a child who doesn't. Nick actually has he has two sisters and a brother, and neither one of them have CF. So Nick lucked out being the oldest and got it. So it affects your lungs, and so you know how when you have a cold, you have this really nasty, thick goober that you can't get out? Yeah, everybody got that? So what it is that those goobers, he has tons of them, and they get stuck in his lungs. So I have to do air clearance for Nick every day, which I'll show you what it's like. It's pretty neat. You want to show me? So you cup your hands, and it's like that. So I have to do that 3 times a day for about 30 minutes each, just so he can get those nasty goobers coughed up. Because if they stay in there, he gets a really bad infection, and most of the time is hospitalized from 2 to 3 weeks on IV antibiotics. So we try to do it as much as we can. He also has this crazy looking vest that he straps on. It's got these hoses coming out of it. It looks pretty weird. But he puts it on, and it shakes them. So it shakes those goobers out of his lungs. And he likes to sing Old MacDonald when he has it on because it sounds pretty funny. So not only does it affect your lungs, but it affects your pancreas, to your stomach. So Mr. Nick, everyone wants to be thin. He gets to be thin, not by choice. It affects your pancreas, so all of us normal people have enzymes in our stomach. And so when we eat food, it puts the fatties with the fatties and the good nutrition with the good nutrition. Well, Nick doesn't have that many. So every time he eats, he takes about 3 to 4 pills every time he eats, snacks, big drinks, cups of milk, or food. He has to eat a minimum of 4,500 calories a day just to maintain his weight. That's just to keep him where he's at now. And if you can imagine,